to Nirmal Bang, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Hiral Dadia. You're watching Safalta Ka Safar. And today on the show, we have with us Mr. Sandeep Kamath, who's joining us. Welcome to the show, Sandeep, and a pleasure to speak to you as well. Sandeep, my first question coming to you is, how has your journey been so far in terms of the work that you do?
Yeah, thanks, Hiral, for having me in your program. My journey started in the year 2017, where prior to this, I was working for a mutual fund company. I am blessed to work with two different sectors. One is a wealth management firm, which I had worked before, and also a mutual fund company. So prior to this, when I was working for a mutual fund company, I used to meet a lot of people who used to come across me for advice and everything. And they'll always to tell me that to become an advisor, because they feel that I was having good amount of knowledge to become an advisor. So 2017, I started my own firm known as Mercury Investment, and 2017 January. And since then, I have been into canvassing of financial services product. My journey has been very good so far. Initially, there were a lot of challenges for me since I was a beginner. I was a no banker or something where I didn't have any clients, but slowly and gradually, I was able to generate more clients, and through referrals, I could increase my business. Thanks to demonetization that took place in 2017, which helped me a lot in generating AUM as well as clients for me.
Right. So overall, what has been your initial challenge when you started creating your brand and premium in the market?
The initial challenge for me is when I ventured out into this business. The initial challenge which any advisor, not only me, is faces about from the contemporaries. There are a lot of advisors who are there in the market. What kind of product they offer, what advice they offer. So the challenge for me is whether I'm able to match the expectation of my investor, because investors' demands are ever changing and ever growing. So for challenge for me was whether I'm able to meet that expectation, whether I'm able to add value to my investor in creating wealth for them, or to giving them a product which is tailor-made or which is suitable for them to meet their long-term financial goal needs. So this was the initial challenges which I had faced. But slowly and steadily, I was able to accustom with my investor needs and give them a product which can suit them to meet their long-term financial goals.
Right. And overall, if you see in terms of financial literacy is concerned, how do you think has it grown in the last few years in the country?
For me, financial literacy has been a very important aspect for educating my investors. Financial literacy has gone up like anything thanks to social media, which has come out with a bang. Like you'll find a lot of articles coming into via WhatsApp, via Facebook, via various apps and everything, where every day messages are bombarded by different sources. So financial literacy over the period of years have gone up. Like earlier, for example, people were not familiar with stock markets, debt markets, for example, which we deal into, or you can say crypto or something. But due to this financial literacy provided by social media, you will find this educational knowledge of investor gone up on a big scale. So social media has played a very important part in passing messages or in sending information via various channels and everything.
Right. And overall, if you see in terms of where business goes, right now, if you see markets, yes, there is a downtick. But do you think apart from bank FDs, where should people invest in?
I feel other than bank FDs, bank FD is generally a traditional product. There are people who invest in bank FDs, LICs, public provident fund. These are the various assets that people invest. But I recommend a product which will beat inflation. See, inflation, one has to consider inflation for generating returns. Inflation is a main hurdle or a main obstacle for growth. Any product that can beat inflation is a product which one individual investor should invest. It can be stock market, it can be a PPF, it can be mutual funds via SIP, or any such product which can beat inflation. So that is a product which one can look out, or an asset allocation fund which comprises of gold, real estate, equities. So a combination of such products.
Right. And with this, do you think, SIPs could be a perfect replacement of pension?
I beg to differ over here, Hiral, because SIP, I feel that SIP is more of I'm talking about equity SIP. Equity SIP comprises of risk, where your money is involved into or invested into an equity markets, where equity market at times will be up and down. It will be volatile. There will be a lot of turbulence, volatility involved in it. But when it comes to pension is a retirement fund. So retirement fund, I feel that it should be more safe. It should be more safe. So I beg to differ in this.
Right.
It cannot be a
yeah, go on.
It cannot be a perfect replacement for a pension. I might be wrong, but that is my view.
Right. I mean, the strategies again differ everywhere, Sandeep. So absolutely. And then overall, what would your advice be to first-time investors?
For me, for my advice of first-time investor will be asset allocation is a key. Like what people do when they begin to invest, they either go for a small cap, they go for a mid cap, they go into crypto, they go into debt fund. So they don't have any choice. So asset allocation will be a key for any investor who is investing for a first time. Say, for example, some money he can put into an FD, some money he can put into a public provident fund, some money he can put into an SIP, some money he can put into a stock market, so some into a debt market. So he can diversify his money into different asset class so that his risk gets mitigated and his final objectives can be met.
Right. And overall, if you have to look at a Nirmal Bang as well, how has your journey been with Nirmal Bang so far? And where do you see yourself in terms of growth with Nirmal Bang over the next 5 to 10 years?
See, I have seen Nirmal Bang growing with ages and everything. I know this company from 2005 when I was working for a wealth management firm, handling a team over there. And Nirmal Bang at that point of time was more into stockbroking. And over the period of time, Nirmal Bang has grown in terms of technology, in terms of product, where Nirmal Bang has offered different kind of product as a one-stop solution. And Nirmal Bang has been able to evolve the ever-changing demand and dynamics of investors' needs. And now, of late, I have heard from your team that you all are coming to insurance, which Nirmal Bang was not into that. So Nirmal Bang, if I compare it with peers and contemporary, it has gone hand in hand. And I feel that Nirmal Bang is, there is way to go for Nirmal Bang. And my journey with Nirmal Bang has been very good so far. Your team has been very supportive. And going forward, I feel that I can garner more business for Nirmal Bang. And with support of a team and everything, I can reach a good level.
Right. And absolutely. And that's something that we hope for as well. My last question coming to you is, what would your view be in terms of markets?
See, I'm not an expert of market or something, though nobody can predict the market and everything. Currently, at this point of time, there are a lot of geopolitical issues where commodity prices have gone up, interest rates have gone up or something. So going forward, there will be challenging days for Indian as an economy and for world as an economy. We had a very bad COVID. We had a very bad COVID for 2 years, though markets recovered. After that, initially it went down, then it recovered or something. But going forward, I feel that due to Ukraine-Russia war, crude prices going up, hovering on 110, 130, gold at 51,000. So I feel that the coming days will be more challenging. I feel that interest rate has to cool off, to see equity markets going up. Otherwise, it will affect our GDP, our corporate earnings, and our government target $5 trillion, which we are expecting for 2027. That may get derailed, and that may get derailed, and that may get further pushed to 2029. That is my view with this full discussion and everything.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Sandeep, for joining us on the show and sharing your views, and looking forward to be with you on this journey over the next couple of years as well, as you've been with Nirmal Bang so far, and to grow with you as well. Thank you so much to be a part of Safalta Ka Safar. Thank you.
Thanks, Hiral, once again for interacting, and it was a pleasure talking with you or something. Thanks for having me in.
Absolutely. Pleasure is all ours. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel for in-depth interviews of India Inc. and press the bell icon so that you do not miss our updates.